Hey guys, Melon Popper here, and we're firing up some Battlefield 2042. This is the open beta preload files, and what I have done is got beyond the splash screen. So, normally when you open the preload files, you don't see this. You just see Battlefield 2042 splash screen. And I was curious, why is my GPU usage 98% when I'm looking at a picture? Well, this is why. When you remove the picture, you see, and it's so funny because I was talking to a friend in Discord saying, is there a freaking battleship or something behind that picture? Because why is the frame rate so dead? Well, it wasn't so much the frame rate. Frame rate's okay. This is a 3700X AMD stock clock, 3600 megahertz RAM. I've got the Infinity F clock, the Fabric clock at 1800, but the CPU is not overclocked really in a sense, other than I have it set up in a way so that it stays at a higher clock longer before it throttles down. But it's just stock cooler, and nothing too fancy about that at all. It's not even that particularly clean right now, so there's some optimization I'm going to be doing in the coming days as I clean it up. GPU is a 2080 Ti stock clock. Um, so in any case, this doesn't necessarily mean this is the kind of frame rate you're going to get in game with the same setup or anything, because in game multiplayer AI, lots more going on. Not sure what it's going to do. I'm thinking that CPU load's going to go way up. It's showing 29% right now. But in any case, so this is the Exodus. Just show you where we are in a flotilla. How cool is that? Frigates, destroyers. I don't know, not really a battleship per se, I don't guess. Not like the huge ones you used to see. But, yeah. So these are just some skyboxes. Probably set up for lighting and tests and things like that. Not really much going on here. Maybe spawn locations for something. Or transition points between cutscenes. Sometimes software developers do things like that. In any case, here's the Exodus. And it's fairly fleshed out. The model's there. Textures are pretty good in some areas. Lighting's not great out here. It's kind of just this one light source. It's kind of harsh. So I was digging in the test files and found a lot of references to skeet shooting. And then once I removed all this and got in here, there's a rib, inflatable boat, supplies, things like that. I found this. So apparently there's going to be some aim training kind of thing going on here. And maybe some actual skeet will be thrown out somewhere. I don't know. But they may just be referring to these. But you can see the ocean is kind of primitive. My thinking is that once this beta goes live, we're probably going to have a view something like this, where we can kind of look around. But I don't think we were really meant to do much more than that from here. I'm not sure. But because all of this stuff that's way out, like this is highly detailed. Lighting's good. Check out this vehicle. It's awesome looking. I mean, that looks pretty darn good. This is 1440p, by the way. So, everything looks pretty good. The controls for the camera's pretty crude, so that's why it's jumping around so much. But, it's all there. Pretty cool. And this vehicle actually, like, they have a rear diff. They even have the axles. They've got the drive shaft. They got the front diff. They've got uh, brake calipers and rotors. I mean, they're actually. This is really well done. It's got proper suspension, I think. I'm no off-road guy, but something funny is there's floating bits, floating lights. So it was obviously meant to highlight this area, but not from this viewpoint because it looks funny with the floating lights and these little rings there. So, but you know, if you get in the right angle, it looks pretty cool without looking too weird. So, kind of odd. Oh, hello, puppy dog. The dog's coming to visit. And you got these two guys just kind of standing there, arms folded within each other, legs folded within each other. Good texture work, pretty sharp. And hey, we got teeth. You know, I'm no dentist, but that's not too bad. All right, let's back up a little bit. Let's get a look at these eyeballs, because there's something interesting about them. They're moving. How about that? Not creepy at all, huh? Hard to get the right angle for the view of the eyes themselves, but there he is. That is a good looking man, I gotta say. Alright, so that's the Exodus, and here's the, what is it, the Nightbird? Yeah, check it out. MD540 Nightbird. Pretty detailed. Like the dash, it's interesting because like these images are really high def sharp, but then the texture work around it's kind of not too hot, kind of blurry. So you know, obviously you're meant to see some things, but not everything. And this particular MD, if you notice, has no weapons. You know, you can sit here, you can release this and attach different things. Looks like, but no weapons. It looks like a targeting pod, so this may be more of, you know, like a scout version. Different cameras, probably FLIR TV, you know, with some zoom, maybe a laser targeting. So I don't know. The texture work is pretty good though. So this one looks like it was pretty properly finished out. The lighting's terrible, so it looks washed out, but in any case, cool little room here, little secret room. Hey, what's up? So the Exodus has quite a bit of detail. Shadowed pretty terribly on this side, so I guess you weren't meant to see that. So CIWS or Phalanx, not sure what they would call it on that year. Like some rocket launchers, anti-ship, probably smoke, chaff flare kind of stuff, I would guess. A lot of pods for radar, different types. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, check it. Now, for the big surprise, let's see what's under here. Boom. Check this out. I believe it's Russian, just based on what looks like maybe Su-57s, and I forget the name of these, but they're twin rotor, twin main rotor, no tail rotor, and the way they can get away with that. Whoops. Oh, something was trying to download. Back to it. Okay, so no tail rotor is necessary because you have two main rotors and they spin in opposite directions, so that gives you the gyroscopic stability. Pretty cool. And it's very fast, obviously. Lots of lift. Each one of these are effectively a wing, and they can be tilted to induce the forward movement, etc. Pretty cool. Like 6 rockets on each wing, total of 12. This one's not textured very well, wasn't really meant to be seen. So obviously this is just a low quality level of detail models. Not as much detail on the textures and models, but nonetheless, still pretty cool. A lot of games would love to have something that looked that good. Yep, that looks like the barrels you would be Possibly pushing over the side for depth charges, maybe? Skyward, probably anti-air. Maybe there's a version of a cruise missile. Not sure. Not sure how their catapult system works, but I've noticed like a lot of the Chinese and Russian and some of the different aircraft carriers, they really like that slope. Where the Americans have very little slope at all. So, but I think that's a Su-57. Pretty awesome looking. Again, you know, basic texture work. These are just low quality versions for distance to give the appearance. Yeah, that's not fleshed out or anything there. But pretty darn cool. Lots of levels and decks and observatory points. I don't know if that one's really weird. I'm not familiar with that kind of deal there with all the windows. There's some radar stuff. Not a lot of guns though. Not like, you know, a ton of deck guns. So I'm thinking they probably rely more on some of these automated systems, and of course they would have, you know, all these other ships around them. But yeah, that one's pretty awesome. Just can't see much inside. Yeah, not much to look at there. But cool. But not sure why that one's underwater, but it is. And then also, check this out. Obviously has the NOPAT symbol. Again, kind of a digital paint job. Or maybe just low quality. Maybe just low quality. But what's interesting on this bad boy, I guess this would be considered a destroyer. That is a railgun. So that will fire a dart. Well, it looks like a lawn dart. One of those huge ones. Probably made out of super dense material. But it'll shoot through multiple steel thick plates. Pretty amazing gun. But it also destroys itself in the process. Because that projectile goes so many Mach, it just tears up everything. Yeah, pretty awesome. That looks like where you would fire out some smoke, chaff, stuff like that. That looks like a door that would pop open where your cruise missiles would come out. These guys here, I'm not real sure. Kind of looks like a cruise missile sort of deal. That looks awesome. But it's got some regular, you know, I don't know what that would be, 50 mil, 30 mil. Depth charges probably in those barrels. Not sure what that little guy is. Not sure. Or radars, guns. So this is, what do they call these? Sea Kings or they were MH something. I forgot the name now, but or kind of looks like the Jolly Green Giants you used to see, I think, in the Vietnam era. You know, textures aren't really done. It says Marines, 83. Super glossy for some reason. So, you know, real basic model. Just fuel tanks on the sides. I won't give it the Navy name, but that's your refueling arm. Of course, it has to have the tail rotor with just one massive single rotor on top. It's a beast. So these things have lift points and stuff, and you know they can haul quite a bit. Absolute beast. So yeah, that one's cool. So here's a US version. And as you can see, these are not Su-57s. That, to me, looks a whole lot. Yeah, it's missing kind of like, there's something missing here. I don't see the, seems like there should be something there. Yeah, that's one of our top jets. The name escapes right now. Lack of sleep has caught up with me. Yeah, the Raptor. So yeah, here's some of these Jolly Green Giants when they're painted green. Of course, these are the Marine versions. I think the President rides in one of these too. Like, I don't know what it would be called, Air Force 3 or something. Air Force 1 is a jumbo jet, and Air Force 2 is as well, the backup. I don't know what those are. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Got some kind of launcher going on there. Not fully detailed here. Not real clear what was going on with this. Kind of odd, huh? You know, no prop or wash or anything. This looks like something that's on there to keep it, you know, from getting the prop into the ground or something. Not sure. Or maybe an anti-fouler, because I know whaling ships, you know, Greenpeace guys like to try to throw stuff around in front of the boat so it goes underneath, gets caught in the prop. So it could be an anti-prop deal. Kind of looks a little unfinished around here for some reason. You know what I mean? It's like there's holes here where nobody bothered putting anything in there. May have got yanked off that project. They're like, yeah, it's good enough. Nobody's gonna see that. So if they have these low quality models, and they probably also have some high quality ones too that, you know, that'll be showing up somewhere else. It'd be pretty awesome if we could actually have a real naval battle in Battlefield instead of just ribs and stuff. Pretty cool. So there's your rocket launcher. Are those ICBMs, or will those be? Those probably wouldn't be ICBMs. I think those are going to be coming out of a submarine, which we have not seen yet. So that's probably cruise missiles, if I had to guess. And then that's is that a real gun? More like a regular deck gun, but kind of thin and narrow. That's probably a regular deck gun, I would guess. Pretty similar to the others. Pretty awesome. So some of these are repeats. We won't double down on that, but the ones that are unique we'll take a look at. We've seen one like that. So I think we've probably seen all there is to see out of these. But I have another surprise. I was streaming for hours and was showing people some of this stuff. And then I thought, you know, I'm going to get up real high and kind of look around and see if there's any weird spots in the water. And then it was like, whoa, what is this? So we've got, you know, prop wash and a silhouette like there's going to be a ship with that on it, but you know, it gives the illusion that it's moving, but there's nothing here. But check this out. This looks like it was like folded up for shipment. So I'm thinking they were going to put like another ship here or something, and probably just never did get to it. You know, like, yeah, nobody's going to look this direction. Don't waste any more time on it. Just put something out here, you know. But AEG 192 textures are pretty crisp, you know. Not the sharpest, but I'm not running at 4K either. And I don't know what detail level it is. You know, the game probably just grabbed something. Said, yeah, medium. Don't know. And then we've got the cockpit. So you can see the water's kind of in the way here, but do our best. Yeah, so there you go. MV38 Condor. Pretty neat. Yeah, sorry, the camera's really unwieldy. So compass over here. See if I can get. There we go. 12 automatic engine system, 100%. Yeah. Some ready status, stress sensors. So it looks like this thing stress sensors in various places. And maybe for like when it's got a load or something on it. Interesting. So yeah, it's got a little backspace. It's got it's dimly lit here, but you can kind of see silhouette of chairs, but they're not folded out, so that's interesting. And then this is the engines, which are normally attached here on the outsides of the wings, and they tilt up and down with the wings. So pretty weird looking. And you know, obviously nobody would store their their turbine engine props on top for shipment. There's the legs. You know, it's really weird, but pretty cool. So you kind of, you know, get a sense of size and scale of the thing. I like those kind of wings. They remind me of like some of the early scenes of Terminator. They had some vehicles in there that had those wings, so it always reminds me of that. So that was some of the cool stuff to see. Let's see, we showed you the ship underwater, the plane. That's the Exodus. Could spend more time on the Exodus, of course, but you know, that's kind of the gist of it. Pretty awesome. Skybox, dark sky here. It's cloudy with some sunlight coming through. Overcast. Interesting. I went out here and see that they've got some lights out here that are kind of out in the ocean, not really attached to anything. You know, you can kind of see them at certain angles. Clearly it was meant to be seen from the Exodus, just to kind of beautify the situation, I guess. You get just right, you can see the UFOs. That's what it looks like. And yeah, see how flat that American deck is compared to some of the others. Textures are upside down, so it looks like they applied it to the underside of this instead of the top or something, you know, something goofy going on with that. I don't think these have any cockpit or anything. They're just kind of low quality models for distance. Yeah, pretty awesome. And I went through the some config files and stuff and figured out how to manually force resolutions and stuff, and I can get better frame rate. I dropped it down to like 1600 by 900 instead of 1440p, and you know, frame rate jumped up quite a bit. CPU usage went up just slightly. Just took some load off the GPU. So yeah, this ship's a little crooked for some reason. Not sure. You know, if they've got a destination, why is that one crooked? Interesting. I don't know. You don't usually weave in a ship unless you got a reason to. Don't know. 2 aircraft carriers. The Exodus up front. Another aircraft carrier over there. So I mean, the Nopats they're ready to rock, man. This is a pretty impressive flotilla here. Well, in any case, I will. I've been sharing some of the information about how to do this and whatnot in my Discord channel. So there's will be a link in the description. Everyone's welcome to come by and hang out, read up on some of the things I've been posting. Made a lot of new friends doing this, and looking forward to meeting some new friends. So we'll going to be squadding up. We usually have at least one squad full and sometimes two squads full running together on a server. And we get on Discord. Some just listen, some jump in and help us out in other ways too. In any case, hope you stopped by, and thanks for checking out the video. And the moment we're able to stream the full game, which should be 4 or 5 hours, yeah, so soon. And then I will share that stream and some highlights as well. Catch you guys next time.